Hello, it's me, Jenna, and I am doing a live book tag. I'm actually doing 100 book tag challenge because why not? Because I can. You remember the old commercial? It's like, because I can. Yeah, that's how I feel. All right, so this is the rapid fire book tag. I got it from the Huffington Post, and it was originally by someone whose name is right here. It says girl reading. So I'm going to copy that link to that original video and put it right here. So if you want to do the rapid fire book tag too, you just been tagged. Congratulations. How's it feel? Amazing? I hope so. So this is a rapid fire. I just tried to do one. It went way too long. And then my computer did a weird, I don't know. It's got its own mind lately. All right, so rapid fire means quick, means don't talk, Jenna. Just do the book tag. Got it. Okay, ebook or physical book, it totally depends. If I'm learning, I need to have the physical book. I bought this book on Kindle, but I love being able to write my ideas, my notes, and my understanding in the novel, in the margins. So if I'm learning something, I want it to be a physical book so I can mark it up. If I'm reading just for pleasure, then I actually don't really read ebooks. I read audiobooks more than that. Paper or hardback, whichever is cheaper, to be completely honest with you. I have no attachment to physically having a book or a specific type of that book. Yep, that's not a Jenna thing. Online or in store, although online is cheaper because you don't see all the good stuff that's in the store, but I'm going to go with in store. I usually spend way too much in the store, but I love just looking at books and reading the backs of covers, and I love finding a book that I've already read in the bookstore. I don't know why, but I think that's delightful. A trilogy or series, again, it depends on the character and the stories. Some stories I never want to end. Other stories, they have to. There's got to be this logical. So I'll say series so that I could read more books, but I'm not opposed to trilogies. Heroes or villains? I really kind of like villains a whole lot. I love heroes and I love that they overcome, but there's especially Marissa Mayer did a really great backstory on her villainess, and it was, I can't say it was my favorite book I've ever read, but I can say that there was a lot of, I don't know if that would have been the path that somebody would have taken to end up like that villainous, but it seemed like there was some thought in that backtracking that I thought was really nice. A book you want everyone to read, for me, that is The People of Sparks. It's the second book in the City of Ember trilogy. And it's not so much the book itself as there's a message right in the middle that is literally the answer to war. And it's the idea of you have these two people who are fighting over resources that are limited, and how do you provide for your family but also provide for your community? And where does that moral line lie? And lie? One of those. And what does that look like? And what does it look like when tragedy strikes and people have to work together? So yes, The People of Sparks is a very good book. An underrated book, I'm going to go again with People of Sparks. I don't know. I just don't hear people talk about it. The City of Ember was a movie 8 years ago or so. I read the book with my kids. We actually did all of the puzzle solving and tried to figure out the way out before. I know her last name was it Lena Fleet? So that was, I enjoyed that story a lot. Although that was, the first book was The City of Ember. I can't say it's been underrated because it was made into a movie, but People of Sparks, definitely. All right, the last book that I just finished was Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I chose it for the mental health readathon. There was 4 books. And it's not at all what I normally read. I'm normally reading you have to find the key or the whole world is going to die, basically, kind of thing. And this is I'm sad I had something bad happen to me, and so I'm putting myself in this box. And for me, that was really relevant because I feel very much like that's my defense mechanism. Hello, two people. And my defense mechanism is absolutely to withdraw, become a hermit, put myself in my own little box. And so I understood where Eleanor was coming from. I can't say it was like my favorite book to read in the moment, but after I read it and after I thought about it, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm used to, the planets are going to align and this bad guy's going to take over everything. And this is more of I suffered trauma as a kid. And because of this trauma, I don't know how to function, or I have these insecurities that lead me to believe that I'm different than everybody, which completely connected with me, may shock you. And so not even a little bit. And so I just really enjoyed that piece of it. So then that was the last book. The last book I bought was the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I'm so excited about, but I put it on my June TBR, and I'm going to try really hard not to cheat on my TBR list. The weirdest bookmark I ever used, I borrowed this book from this dude I had a crush on like 15 years ago, and he had traveled, and there was like a ticket for the trains, I think, in Rome, and that's what I used, but it wasn't like mine. It was just this dude I thought was cute. The named 3 book genres that are my favorite. I love a dystopian future. I love a dystopian future where the government's making all the decisions and that's going to change. That's one of my favorites. I'd say fantasy, dragons, magic, and sci-fi. Borrow or buy. I'd probably buy a book before I'd borrow a book. Character or plot. Really need to have both to make me happy. I'm a both and kind of girl. Long or short chapters, depends on the story and the character. There's some stories that really require those long chapters so you can understand every scene, and there are other stories that move at a clip. So I'm going to say both and, again. Both 3 books. Okay, 3 books, go. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. Blue Moon, and oh my goodness, and Horton Hears a Who. There's that. And then books that make you laugh or cry. I'd much rather laugh than cry. In fact, when Dave and I first started dating, he would show me the saddest stuff because I'm very emotional. It's not that I'm not emotional. It's just that I'm I'm very careful about what I spend my emotions on. And so I'm not a very reactionary human. And so when we first started dating, to make sure I had a soul, he showed me the saddest. Oh, okay, go watch it. It's really bad, but oh God, it's so bad. All right, and then a movie or show better than the book. I really liked The Devil Wears Prada. Not only am I a Meryl Streep fan, which of course who isn't, but I tried to read the book and I just found the details really boring. Whereas in the movie, it's more about the character and the relationship. So maybe I am more about character than plot. But I don't know if describing how expensive your pants are at the stoplight while you're carrying a caramel macchiato is plot. I can't say that. And then a series or a standalone. I like a series that I can go back and read over and over again. All right, my friends, that was the rapid fire book tag. You've been tagged. This is number 7. I'm on my way to 100. If you think of any awesome book tags that I should do, let me know. Take care. Bye.